Hello and welcome to Disco Elysium part 25, and if you haven't already, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So, we were musing about painting this wall, on whether Kim would stop us, whether we should sneak back at night. The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind. Fuck the police, mother of all walls. What shadow lies there beneath the bright gleam? Draw a 3,500-year-old pictogram of a human being. Something beautiful is going to happen. No parking, or let the wall remain blank. For now. Ooh. I'm going to go with something beautiful is going to happen. Let's be positive. Oh. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, or until the sea air degrades the paint, adding another layer of detritus to the city. Very poetic. The lieutenant nods in appreciation. It doesn't sound sincere. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a real bad one we're supposed to solve. Ooh. Kim throwing shade again. But, you know, he could have said nope. He could have done. I think it is around here that we're supposed to open the door behind the greenhouse. It can't be that one because we've been in there and that leads to the flats, so possibly it is this one, although I don't feel like doing any favours. This must be it. The basement door is weather worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. Let's knock. You knock silently. Why would I knock silently? The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment. Well, if I knock silently, then I guess there wouldn't be. I guess no one is in. The lieutenant looks uncomfortable. Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we're undertaking? Let's be honest, this isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself, the lieutenant replies, still inspecting the padded door. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. So you don't mind if I unlock the door? I mind that a local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. Yes, so do I. And if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, he looks at the surrounding windows uncomfortably. We could just leave and tell Everett we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Lie to Everett? That's also an option? Yes, presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. He crosses his arms. You took this task, you make the call. I don't think we actually had much wiggle room to not take this task. The door is right here. You could just open it and be done with this. Besides, if you never open it, you're never going to find out what's behind that door. Press your ear against it. The door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. I don't like the idea of doing Everett's dirty work, and well, he's a shady guy. So Do I have any problems with lying to him? No, not really. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Who's this guy? This isn't that missing husband we were looking for. Well, we don't exactly seem to have a lot of conversation options. Gonna pop over to see my good friend Everett, who's not that good a friend of mine. I wonder if we can get anything else out of the lorry drivers. It seems that we have to take this task, so... Well...
Looking for something?
The lorry driver recognises you. You could push him by asking him to show you the soles of his boots. He definitely looks like someone capable of a lynching. I found this mug in the trash. Yours? He stares at the yellow man mug and then suddenly he explodes. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. Haven't seen anything that funny in a while. Is it yours? God damn, he wipes the tears from his eyes. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine. He doesn't live in Martinez. So, what was that argument about? It's about biological determinism, natural law, the sorting of the races. He spits on the ground. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic, that is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep. Oh, so you're just a racist, makes sense. I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books. He gestures with his cigarette for emphasis. The real science of racial theory has all been proved, even if some people don't want to accept it. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. He glances at the lieutenant. So naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. Gosh. Right, I've already made up my mind. Want to hear it? Oh, the man seems mildly disappointed that you don't want to hear more of his lecture. Yeah, I'm not down with this. Why don't you go fuck yourself? Don't push your luck, runt. The man gives you a disgruntled look, then turns his attention elsewhere, ignoring your presence. Well, he may not answer our questions now, but let's see.
Looking for something,
Okay.
Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
Let me see the soles of your boots. Been admiring the stompers, runt? He grins. Sure, I can demonstrate them. He lifts up to show you his left boot, then the right. Okay, look at the sole. On the bottom of the man's boot you see an intricate tangle of treads with no immediately discernible pattern. What's up with your soles? It's Revocol. Where did you get boots like that? Custom made. Cost me a pretty penny. He rubs the back of his balding head. But why? You'll see when the time comes, officer. He grins and caresses the side of his boot. True patriots carry Revocol in their very souls. Technically, you're stomping on Revocol every time, with every step you take, says Kim. Heh! A condescending chortle. I knew you people don't understand poetry. Okay, I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up, where's the lady driver? He smirks. I don't know what you're talking about. First, you knew Sai Leng didn't do it. He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip. He grins, a wide smile. He's been expecting this. He's really puffed himself up. Then why are you smirking? Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revocol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything. So who does? The lady driver? No, the lieutenant turns to the lorryman. He means La Puta Madre, a legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organised crime outfit in Revachol West. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this. For a moment the lorryman is silent, then he spits on the pavement. Yeah, him. Okay, so just cross my arms and nod. Then I presume you're familiar with his peons. Yeah, he says, unsure where this is leading. They're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions. Not just the unions, he has peons everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. He gets closer to him. Dirty fucking peons who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts. The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this. Say nothing. You're not peons, he says. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were. No, of course not. We're not peons. But if we were, and one of Madra's drivers was stealing from him, then it's a good peon's job to find out who that is. He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching. It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. He looks at him. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief. His eyes dart between you and the lieutenant. I'm not scared of you, or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorryman and Carter's Guild. You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armour there? The lieutenant points to the yard. Did his shitty little guild protect him? Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you... He tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence simply ends. The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I've softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. Okay. Oh gosh. So we do get to try this again if need be, but let's see if we can doll ourselves up a bit so that we get some bonuses to half-light. Not looking good so far. Oh, the gloves do it. The gloves are good. That was minus half-light. No, that's all we get. Huh. Well, always
Looking
worth
for
a bash.
something, Hunt? Huh? Coming to tell me to fuck off again?
Okay. Make him tell you what he knows. We can make a good roll. We could, possibly. No, we didn't. The main thing is not to overdo it. Even when you're trying to scare someone, the most important thing is, how does it look on your resume? Look. Why don't you and me just step outside for a little talk? Oh, what? The lorryman erupts in contemptuous laughter. What do you think we're doing right now, Runt? We're outside talking. Damn it, I meant, do you want to find someplace private to... No, shit. The lorryman raises an eyebrow. This some kind of homo thing? No, 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 of course not. Just tell me what you know. Make me, Runt. He blows a cloud of smoke right in front of your face. We'll just have to ask someone else about the lady driver. Let's go, says Kim. Okay, we're done for now. Not doing so good. Let's see if we can't get some money from this shop and its tear machine. Pop in all my bottles. I've got a lot of bottle. The yellow roses in the window. Those aren't the flowers that were left for Calazia. Are they? Oh. Does this lady, maybe she knows about flowers?
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Okay, so we do have a new line of inquiry. Does Freet have a warehouse in the back of the Whirling in Rags? A warehouse? I don't know, maybe. I don't really care what Freet does. This is important. She scrunches up her face into an expression of consummate adolescent skepticism. Fine, Freet does have a warehouse. Just a little back room here, okay? She turns back to her magazine without waiting for you to respond. Thought complete. Indirect modes of taxation. Turns out those financial oversight committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Revicolians. You need to spread that deregulation gospel to the people. Tell them about that foreign fair tax. Preach that 98% gross burden. Preach it, preacher man. Set the brothers free. Taxes are racist. Ultra-liberal dialogue. Options give +1 real. But -1 empathy. Thinks he's a hustler or something. I'm not sure that was a super useful thought. Also, seems like we might get a little bit of money using it, but not like a ton. Let's unlock another thought. We may want to forget this one sometime, I think. But in the meantime... This one will take a while to think about. Okay, let's think about some kind of superstar. First, let's make this absolutely clear. No one is saying you're an actual superstar. In the groupies anchor Kane, riddled with hepatitis C, strikes a lion-esque pose with a mic kind of way. You're not Guillaume Lamillion or Davy Dewis. No, you're a metaphorical superstar. You bring that rock and roll authority and passion to a line of work where people don't expect or want to see it. Where some would say it doesn't belong. Law enforcement. That sounds like our Harrier. Although apparently it's like massively unlikely. Hey, look at the ton of money we got. So I think it's kind of nice how we can have these, shall we say, slightly contradicting ideas of ourselves, but like imagine ourselves to be better. Have a bit of hope, I guess. Okay. The stairs, that's where we're going. Is this the way? Ah, yes, I think it must be. We never got into this here. Oh, we can persuade the door to open. Come on. Come on then. Open door. Open. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric? Because being physical wasn't an option. Because what wasn't an option? The lieutenant looks startled. Using my body over my wits? Now it's not the time to get physical, detective. You can do that after hours. Oh, really? So we're starting to voice out internal monologue like outside. Alright, Everett. We've opened your door. Hey, we totally did what you asked.
Mr. Dubois, every worker?
For himself.
And for his fellow man. That's right, Mr. Dubois. You're turning out to be quite the individualist there. So you had business with me?
Yeah. I opened the door to your weasel's den. I totally did it. Are you shitting me, Harry? Did you not really open the door and are now just telling me you did? His lively eyes are mapping your face. You're a wild one, Harry. So this is drama. Actually, I need to get back to you on this door thing. Okay. So, this is a drama check. I think we've got quite a lot of potential bonuses to drama. So let's load up and try that. Yes, we need our excellent tie for this. Ah. Okay, that's all we get. Let's give it a go.
Mr. Dubois, every worker for himself, right? What can I do for you today?
Come on. That's gotta do it, right? Yes! Good! Now take it a bit further. Take it home. And not only did I open the door, I went inside too. It was a real weasel's den, Everett. I bet it was, Harry, he says with a grimace. Then the smile dissipates. But seriously, what did you see in his apartment? A guy who has antagonized the Union in a Union-run town? Maybe it's political? Okay, shake my head. Fascist insignia everywhere. Memorabilia calling for the return of the Golden Age. That's exactly what I thought, Harry. He slams his fist on the table. What a weasel, and for the record, I was only curious. Not testing you. Not testing you at all. He was testing you. You succeeded. Thank you, Harry. You have shown me that the Dubardiers Union and the Citizens Militia can indeed work together. He nods solemnly. Now, let's cut down to brass tacks. It's time for men like you and me to figure out who's killed who and why. He nods. Real police work is going to start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is going to be good. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it. By now I'm sure you figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines, sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flat caps. Okay, I'm listening. Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries. You mean our victim? He nods gravely. A security contractor. Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire. I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yesut, Semenine, good grief. Sarah Marisa, let's go with that. You name it. They've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry. Everything they did, they brought over here. They want to run Revicol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do was kill the village elephant. Wait, hold on. You have a village elephant? No, Harry. The elephant is metaphorical and so is the village. But the mercs and their brutality are very real. Go on. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. He laughs. Wait, they moved the container? Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with a big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. His face turns serious. The killers the company hired. I think there were 3 of them. All hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal. Getting drunk, violent, a little rapey, he shakes his head. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out in trees. By negotiator, you mean Joyce? Harry, he says, ignoring the lieutenant. What you really need to realise is we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighbourhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, he raises his finger, we push to kill. Wait, the whole neighbourhood is in on it? Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base. And who exactly did the pushing? There's a militant wing inside the Union, a group of people whose duties don't involve manual labour, but peacekeeping in the neighbourhood, making sure everything runs smoothly. They're like you guys. He nods to you and the lieutenant. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow. So these idealists killed our victim? One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, Socialist democratic fervour drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening our land. He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. He chuckles. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation. You aren't worried we might arrest them for this? Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. He chuckles. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them. If he's just boasting, then it sure doesn't feel like that to you. He's not worried. Okay. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company? How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. He slams his fist on the desk. That's their MO. That's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' rights to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates. So you believe the scabs were organised by the security contractor? You said it. Hell. The fist slams on the desk again. One of these guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that just don't happen to show up during strikes. The name of the company is Crenell this time. It might have been Sediment before. Of course, you're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me. Okay. You mentioned a lawyer girl. Oh, Liz is a bright one. He grins broadly. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy, but hell, Harry. She came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal. Tell me about Titus Hardy and his crew. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them, exemplary union members, always working to advance their positions in the local socio-democratic movement, core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. He starts laughing. Gotta love his initiative. Interesting. Who's second in command? They're almost all great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revacol in mind. Work with them, hell, interview them, but don't fight them. They really are just like you, men who like beer, women, and some order in the streets. Everett, I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me? But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk. You can now go and tell Titus about this, see what he has to say. Also, Harry, here's 5 real. He holds out a banknote. I don't need it. I only wanted you to help me with the Hardy boys. Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. He pockets the bill. But I'm willing to share information. Was there anything else? Do we tell him about the bullet? Okay. There was a bullet in the hangman's head. There we go. So they shot him. he sounds pleasantly surprised. He was shot in the head before he was hanged. How odd, the man shrugs. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard. It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth, sire. He says he never leaves this, container. He says they just move him around. It doesn't seem like he would go and have a look, but then without an autopsy, it's not like they could just, see the bullet. What I do know is the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my two little policemen. Godspeed, gentlemen. Okie doke. Was it a good talk? Everett leans back, suddenly worried. I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust this case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez, and of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. Great sadness comes over him. But it's like I can't completely trust you yet. Yes, Harry, it's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left, he says, slowly shaking his head. I want to, but I just can't. A man of the left? So you have to be a social democrat? He's been hurt too, much in his past, by men who aren't social democrats. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it, or do you think it wants to be found? He picks something from his teeth. I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you. And what would this entail? Asked Kim. Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on a piece of paper. He pulls out an envelope. And then mail it to my accountant in the Delta. What are the signatures for? I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. He grins broadly. It will be righteous. We're going to get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry. You mean the fishing village? Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned in either the sea or the bottle. A gloomy place, doesn't have that Union attitude. And what will happen to the current occupants? They're just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings, right next to a fancy new youth centre designed by the best architects from Stella Maris. Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street? Okay, are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless? Am I? The big man shakes his head in disbelief. Harry, these people. Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're going to build a youth centre there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour. He means it. Kim, what do you think about this? It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful. He studies Everett. But he thinks it's your call. As I said, it weighs on me heavily. He bows his head in shame and then looks up and smiles. But once we really get talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing. He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things. Okay, fine. If I happen to be there, I can ask them. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here, he hands you an open white envelope. You need to get signatures from Isabel, Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Roca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun. He runs his fingers through his thin hair. He's got me by the gun, hasn't he? So he just say, I mailed the signatures you asked me to get. It turns out the strikers were being served alcoholic brew. I stopped this madness. I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it, he chuckles. I love your initiative. Knowing you're out there, keeping things running, lets me focus on big picture stuff. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger, stopped it, strike. I'm just gonna let you surprise me, Harry. Can we go over a few details concerning the murder again? Okay, it's not going to tell us anymore. We could just, like, straight up lie to him now and tell him that we've mailed the signatures. Might be a bit obvious considering we haven't stopped talking to him when we haven't left the room. So let's have a look at the papers that we've just been given. Here we go. A white envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right corner, handed to you by Everett Clare. Inside are some legal documents with two names printed on them, Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required. Kim, what do you think of this? I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine, the lieutenant replies, flipping through the documents. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but he shrugs. How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way. Look at the zoning plan. The youth centre cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing buildings, almost wall to wall, practically integrating them into the youth centre. This is either ominous or cool architectural choice. Hard to say. My money is on cool. Looks like a cubic pyrite. Okay. So we got a fair chance of finding a loophole, but at the moment, due to our whole rockstar thought, our logic is a little bit at a disadvantage. So we'll put the documents away and have a look at them later. How long is it until we process that thought? Okay, 34 minutes apparently. Lots to do, lots to do. Run, run! Kim thinking, why do we have to run everywhere? Just popping through here. I wonder if there's anyone else we can potentially talk to about the lady driver. Oh, what's that? A Stars Rajco, one of the finest CMAC-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie. Who drives these? Not many people outside of Grad and Revicol West too, it appears. Hey Kim, check this out. A Stars Rajco KK2. That's a classic model, the lieutenant replies with a nod. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time. Hold on, maybe I can impress him. Do I know what happened last time? No. Only that the motor carriage is typically baby blue, the colours of Sigismund the Great. Okay, cool. An ancient Simisk. Oh my goodness, these words. Simisk ruler. His banners are famously zafir and white, the colours of the Stars Rajco. So I could guess what happened last time, or I can just ask him, what happened last time, Kim? An old case from my precinct. A couple of Zamisk migrants saw a Stars Rajco stopped in the street, painted just like this, muddy brown, murdered the driver on the spot. They said it was an honour killing, hussar style. The Zamisk company protested the trial, flying the banners of some old king or whatever. He shakes his head. 5,000 came to protest. Correction, 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revicol. Oh, so we do remember. Sorry to correct you, Kim. Hate to do it, but only 4,395 people were on that protest. Is that so, officer? I'll take you at your word. Kim, could our hanged man have been the driver of this car? Could be. Could it be another Stays Rajco murder? He gives you a crooked smile. Honestly, that just doesn't seem like the type of vehicle our dead guy would drive, so my initial guess is the two are not related. Okay. Who are the Zimisk community? I can barely pronounce. People we're paid to protect. The lieutenant shakes his head. Let's leave it at that. What did they sentence the killers to? He studies his reflection in the car window. 4 years for murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. He shrugs. Their story knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system. Interesting. Before we proceed, I've got an opinion on this paint job. Yes, detective? I think it looks better brown and black. Okay. The lieutenant takes his glasses off to polish. I'm not going to honour kill anyone over this, but I've seen it blue and white. It's much better that way. So we've got the only lady driver we know over this way. I don't think she's going to tell us anything. It seems kind of vague and to, shall we say, wander off a bit.
Make way for the master poet.
I heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver? He shifts around, suddenly uncomfortable, then looks away. I don't want to talk about it. I don't mean to pry, but I need your help. She may be involved in the drug business. Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. He bites his lip. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker, and I don't know where she is. Who is she to you? A friend? An acquaintance? I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out of the law, okay? What does she look like? A youngish woman, gruff but, in a cool way. What hair colour? Asked Kim. Blue and violet dyed, he answers reluctantly. Oh well, shouldn't be too hard to spot that. It was violet when she got here, blue before she went. Ah, so she might have changed her hair colour. Okay, who is this person? What's her name? Thank God, I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name secret. From me, too. Now I see why. Okay, so I asked you who's conducting the drugs trade. You said you didn't know, but now you're saying you do. I didn't, man. I told you. I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in that. He still is, hoping. It's just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery. It's true. We would have caught a lie, but a kind heart is tricky. Bah, emotional rhetoric. He knew something and he didn't share it with you, that's a fact. When did she leave? Damn, I don't wanna. He looks you straight in the eye. Please, just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person, I know that much. We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation, says Kim. That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. He shakes his head. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience. It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only. I don't believe you. You said she's troubled. How? She's got the darkness in her. That young people darkness when you think it's all over and you're looking for a way out. She shared this with you? Yes, which is why I don't want to snitch on her. I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not? I heard the rumours. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her, more like for her. Did this violent life include drug trafficking? Well, he sighs. It looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind. Hold on. Her mind? The way it worked, the trouble it was giving her. When she left, did she leave her lorry behind? Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her. We were afraid of her. They'd be more happy to rat her out. He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. Wait, this guy says they're friends, then acquaintances, and he's okay with others ratting her out? Push Tommy, and it will break his heart. His spirit don't expect you to be pals. So you're alright with others ratting her out, you just don't want your hands dirty. Fine, I don't want to be a butcher. I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. A little fame wouldn't hurt too. Put yourself in my shoes. I need this for another investigation too. It's important. I can't blow it. You're not going to put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? Because she's on the edge, man. Ooh, imagine that. An explosion of stars. Goodbye world of men, money and machines. Okay, fine. I'll drop the matter for now. Find another way. Thank you, friend, he sighs. It's a big sigh of relief. Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes too. Okay, can we empathise with him a bit more? We need clothes for empathy. Glasses for empathy? No. Nope. Oh, this gives me some empathy. Let's go with those very empathetic glasses. Why not? I'm gonna have a look at the clothes for sale along here as well. See what bonuses they gave us. They mainly seem to give us minuses, but it kind of depends
You
on
keep
the
coming back.
situation,
That's
doesn't
good,
it?
officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep
Okay,
saving
so
that
plus
economy.
2 to half light when we need half light. I guess that's good. Okay.
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime,
Aha,
officer.
so-
100% guaranteed.
Plus 1 to electrochemistry, not bad. These seem like they might be more useful. But we'll leave the others for now. Hey, you're able to actually spend some money on stuff. So I think I will try that empathy check, because it's a white check and we can always try it again.
Make way for the master poet.
Okay, let's try and empathise. What do we see in his eyes? In his eyes, a half-familiar longing, flecks of brown and gold. Familiar? How? It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. What's in the southwest? Excuse me? He emerges from the reverie. Hell, I get longing. I felt something similar since I woke up. Man, he sighs. I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping an absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, a second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am, stuck in this shit, so far from home. Diora? Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Calou, pretty much. On another island called Laurentide, off the mainland. We've got a little place there. I can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. What's it like to miss someone? What's it like? Good and bad. An ache that brings you joy. He smiles warmly. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me. There's a pause and a sigh. Then he turns his eyes to you. What about you, cop man? You missing someone? Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter smelling of apricots and sorrow and the past. No, I feel hunted. Hunted by what? By a shadowy figure known only to me as the X something. Oh gosh, that damaged my health. An ex-wife? It followed me into this world, when I awoke. I think it may be a planar hunter. Planar hunter? Wow. That sounds really bad. I hope that doesn't happen to my marriage. Oh. First, what is marriage? Man, who even knows? It's like a legal contract, but also a bond between spirits. Everyone is different, that's all I can say. Yeah, my thing, I don't think it has anything to do with my marriage. Sure, man, if you say so. It doesn't look like he believes you, but look, man. Thanks for this, it's good to talk to someone. I know it wasn't easy to ask, so he smiles. I hope you find your way through your own troubles. Bye for now. Well, we've opened up our heart. We're a bit closer to finding the lady driver. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and join me next time for Let's Plays Disco Elysium. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And if you can, join the Patreon and support content like this. So long. Thank you to my epic patrons who make videos like these possible. If you enjoyed this content and would like to see more, don't forget to subscribe.